How you doing, guys? Welcome to another episode. Again, I have the 2000 Honda Accord, and I was driving around this morning and yesterday too. I noticed it was a clunky noise on my suspension. So I jacked up the car. I was checking all my suspension, making sure that everything is well and it's okay. Now, what I discovered is, you see in my lower control arm, there is no bolt. So we have a big problem right here. There is threads on the other side, if you can see right there, but there is no bolt that goes through it. So it's not even lined up on that side. The problem, what I see here is the bolt snapped in half and the other half fell off. Now I have a big problem right here because I don't know if I have enough room to kind of like go with my saw and cut the bolt so I can remove the lower control arm completely. I already have an episode on how to replace lower control arms on the Accord. I'm gonna put it right here. Go and see that one. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna remove the sway bar and links. I'm gonna remove everything from the control arm to see if I can be able to remove it. I'm pretty sure that bolt is cut in half, so I'm gonna try to put my saw on that side. And I'm not gonna show you this process because I already did it. Once I remove all that, we're gonna go to the problem. So I'm gonna show you in a minute, see if we can remove that bolt. Little progress update. That one from the fork is being removed. The nut from the end link is being removed. The one from the lower control arm is being removed. I just need to remove these two right here so I can remove the lower control arm. Okay guys, I run into a little problem. In this side, I don't have extended the studs because I was gonna do the Spanish episode on how to do extended studs. So now that I'm removing the nut from the spacer, this one is stripped out. Luckily, I have these extractors, and I just hit it with a hammer, and this one bites. So I'm gonna show you in a minute what I'm talking about. This thing is really in there. I should have done the extended studs long time ago. You see that right there? I'm gonna put the link on the description for this set because these extractors saved my life today. This is the 8mm of 5/16. You can see how they grab on the nut when you strip the nut. They grab on it. This one, 3/8 or 10mm. This is half or 30mm. This one is 11/16. And the one that saved my life is the 19mm or 3/4. You can see right there how it grabs on the nut. Now I gotta just remove it from here. $19mm, you always have to have that. If the nuts on your car, they're 90mm. This one is gonna save your life. Like right now, if I didn't have this, I had to run to the store and get it. This is the nut. This is how it grabs on it. Completely destroy it. But that's the problem when you use this type of socket, multiple or star point, and this is the one that stripped the nut. That's why I prefer when I remove but when I do lug nuts, I prefer the 6 points. Remove the fork. Now let me get my breaker bar and remove these 2 bolts. Well guys, I think this escalated really quick. I decided to remove everything just because the lower ball joint is bad. You guys know if you're running coilovers, so your car is low, plus I have spacers, it's a lot of wear and tear on the lower ball joints. So my lower ball joint is bad, I'm gonna remove everything and replace the lower ball joint as well. And this is a 36 millimeter. Everything that you see in this episode, I'm gonna put it on the description in case you start working on your car and you wanna do everything that I do on it on your own. My little Craftman toolbox, that's the one that I use pretty much for everything. And then I get a couple extensions, brake bars. I got a lot of stuff. So right now I put a piece of metal on the brake pedal. It's pressing on the brake, so I was able to remove this center axle nut. Okay, you see my lower ball joint is pretty much out. Okay guys, I have few options. First, just set the whole thing on fire. What I mean by that is just use my torch so I can burn the whole rubber inside the lower control arm, the whole bushing, and then I'm gonna have room to put my sawzall and cut that bolt because I can't remove it because the other half is not there. The other one is just cut the little welds on the nut on this side, but if I cut the welds, it's gonna be really tight to cut them. It has little spot welds, I think, on that side and on the back. Probably I can do that too. Well guys, fire didn't do much. Let's see if we can do something with this one. Next option is gonna be cut the spot welds on the nut on this side. I can't really put the saw in there. I use my breaker bar guys. You see, it's completely loose. So if it was spot welds on that side, which I believe it was, I was able to break those loose. But now the problem is all this time that bolt has been sitting in there. It doesn't want to give out. It doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to come out. For the next one, when I put the new one, the new bolt, I'm going to put the bigger washer on this side. Use some blue or some red thread locker to lock everything in place so it doesn't get loose, so it doesn't move, because there's a lot of rust in there. But if I'm able to get it out, once I put the new one, I'm going to put a bigger nut in there and blue or red thread locker. I have another bolt in here. This is the one that snap, and a new control arm because the bushings are already gone. So I already pick up the part and a used bolt. Okay guys, so after cutting it with the saw, using heat, using some WD-40, finally this part let go. So we can move it now. I don't know if we can reuse this one, probably not, but it came out. We still have a little bit left from the bolt, so we need to get it out, but let me try and pull it out with my pliers, see if it want to come out all the way. So the nut came out, but the stud is seizing there. If you see, if I use my pry bar, probably I can get this thing out. It's almost out. Success. It's finally out. Now I had to go to the store. I'm gonna get a bigger washer and new lug nut. I'm gonna leave it like that for now, guys. I'm gonna close this episode here because if you wanna see how to replace lower control arms, I have an episode already. Go and check that one out because in that one I share everything about putting the lower control arms. I'm not gonna put everything back on the car because I'm gonna replace the wheel bearing because I don't need it, but I'm gonna put the extended studs on this one. Plus this one is damaged, I had to replace it, the lower ball joint. I'm gonna make few episodes in Spanish on my Spanish channel. That's why I'm not gonna put everything back together. But if you see inside here, this thing is welded. So much rust. I don't know what happens. But that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you like it. I finally solved the problem. It was a lot of clunky noise on the suspension, and that was the reason. Now refer to my other episode if you want to see everything back on the car. If you have any questions, guys, please comment down below. I'm gonna be happy to help. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on the next one. Peace.